afternoon, everybody. So I'm at the Casey's here in Stewart, Minnesota. I've got the other F-150 on the trailer back there. There is also a golf cart hiding behind the F-150. You can't see it right now, but there's one back there. I was supposed to take 5 regular golf carts and 2 limo golf carts to Iowa. So I was going to do those, which would have had to be 2 runs, and I was going to take the second set with the Ford at the same time. That guy never sent the seller the money, so he backed out of that one. But he had another golf cart that someone was buying over in South Dakota. So I'm going to run this over to South Dakota, then from South Dakota shoot down to Iowa with the truck, and then after that on to Nebraska. So anyway, there's not a whole lot going on here. I haven't really videoed too much here trying to load and stuff because I'm trying to hurry up and get moving. I'm a little behind schedule compared to where I wanted to be. There was some snow drifts and stuff, and then just a bunch of other stuff trying to get the trailer ready and truck ready and stuff. But I did get the ramps fixed with a new piece of pipe, so I can now adjust how far apart they are, so I can actually get other stuff on there, which is nice. I needed to do that so I could get this golf cart on. So I took care of that yesterday. I didn't bother videoing that. And then, if you can see on the top of the trailer tongue there is a toolbox. I got that for free from a buddy of mine. I'll turn the camera around here, maybe we can see it better in the mirror, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll put the window down. There you go, now you can see it a little bit. Anyway, yeah, so I got that. It is back there. That really helped get a lot of the straps organized and stuff, being able to get that on the trailer. I think that's gonna be a lot nicer, because then that'll allow me to get my plastic box that I have in the bed back here emptied out, so I could put my tools in the plastic box, which, as you can see, allows the back seat to be freed up a lot more. Now, there is still some stuff there. I got my duffel bag and my coat and stuff, and a couple other things here that I need to clean out a little bit. But anyway, that at least frees up the seat more now, so I have room to take a nap later on when I need to, instead of having to try and lay across the front seats or shovel everything on up the back and move it up front and all that. It's kind of a pain. So that's where I'm at with that. The trailer has been giving me a little bit of a problem. It's leaning a lot to the passenger side of the truck, and it's very tippy that way. I found the nuts that hold the U-bolts on for the new leaf spring I put on were loose, and a buddy of mine told me to check those because I noticed the leaf spring was starting to twist, and when I sent him a picture, he said check the nuts, they're probably loose, you have to tighten them at least a couple times usually. I guess that's pretty normal to recheck those, so I tightened those up, and that helped a little bit. It still seems to be leaning though. I'm not entirely sure why. The truck is centered down there and stuff, so we'll have to look into that at some point. I'd really like to just get all new suspension put on here. There we go, that's a little better. So we'll see what I can do about that at some point when money and time allows. I'd also like to get those axles flipped the other way around, since somebody said they were upside down. I did some research, and I think you're right, they actually might be on upside down. Obviously I didn't put them on there, but I think I might try to flip them over the other way and see how everything sits, if I can do that, so that they're on there the correct way and the brakes are on the right way that way and stuff. But anyway, I gotta hit the road here so I can get moving. Looks like our ETA in Madison, South Dakota is gonna be about 5:50 p.m., 6 o'clock p.m. tonight. So I'm gonna try to get moving here so that I can get out there in time, get this unloaded, and then I can head down to Iowa with the pickup truck and get that unloaded maybe tonight. Otherwise it's gonna be right away tomorrow morning, hopefully. The customer's not in a huge hurry. I just have to let him know whenever I get there, or when I'm like an hour away or whatever, so he can plan on being around. So anyway, that's all I've got for this part of the video. We'll see you on the road. made it to the delivery point. You can see the golf cart is already off. Customer was in a little bit of a hurry to get moving. He had to go get his son picked up, so I didn't get any footage of unloading it or anything. It's just a golf cart, so there wasn't much to see. You can see it over there though, safe and sound, all in one piece. No damages or anything, just like always, the way we like to keep it. So now, if my camera will focus here, darn thing doesn't want to focus. Let's try this. There we go. So anyway, I got to get my straps wrapped back up there and put back on the, or in the toolbox, so that they're all set to go for the next shipment. So we're down to one, and then we got to bring this to Iowa. Once this is in Iowa, we'll be off to Nebraska. So that's all I got for right now. I'm gonna get those straps put away, hit the road here, get some food, and then see how far we can get towards Iowa before the logbook runs out. So we'll see you on the road. Alright, let's see, it's hard to see me a little bit here with the sun shining kind of goofy. Let's try that. That's a little better. Anyway, we are at the Loves here in Iowa. I made it to, oh, I don't know what the heck town this is. Sioux City, that's it. So anyway, we were stopped for the night after we got that golf cart dropped off. Slept for a while. So I'm just gonna get some fuel here and then get headed out to Red Oak. I got about 2 hours and like 7 minutes to get to Red Oak. So I'm gonna get the GPS set up. I'm gonna stop over at the diesel pump here and go get some fuel. Run around, check everything, make sure everything's still good. And we're gonna be hitting the road in just a few minutes. That truck's all dropped off, safe and sound as you saw there. Customer was happy again. Once again, I was only going to charge him $350, but he paid an extra 50 bucks, gave me $400, so I'm not complaining there. And anyway, I just called the guy with the 2 brush mowers to get those picked up. They were in 2 separate locations. One was going to be in York, Nebraska. The other was going to be in Hardington or Harrington or however you say it. I think it's Hardington. Anyway, turns out the one that was supposed to be in York, when the guy picked it up with the skid loader, I don't know if maybe he hooked it up wrong and it broke, or if it's an older one that was kind of rusty and it fell apart. But long story short, when the guy went to pick it up and move it from Columbus or whatever town it was to bring it to York where he could load it up for me, the thing fell apart and the gearbox came off and all that stuff, I guess. So the customer decided to pass on it. He wasn't going to buy it. So unfortunately, instead of having a double trailer, now I'm only going to have one. Or double shipment on the trailer, I'm only going to have one, and it's only paying $750, and after you ship it's only 600 bucks to go almost 1,400 miles. I tried telling the customer, look, I can't do it for 600. I'm not the one that canceled it here. I'd still, the lowest I could go cash is $1,350 to get the first one delivered, and he didn't like that number. So I got to figure out what else I can find going down there and see what I can do, because I really don't want to have to bite the bullet and lose the money on that one, and because I got a Bronco sitting down in Virginia that needs to be picked up as well. So no matter what, I need to get to Virginia. So even if I have to take just the mower, bite the bullet, and lose the money on it, I don't have much choice there, because the Bronco's paying pretty decent. It's paying a little more than $1 a mile. I think it's like $1.20 or 30 a mile or something like that. So I'm going to take a look online. Hopefully I can find something either along the route that's going to Virginia, or something from here going to Virginia, or in that area, or something that I can just get on the trailer, take with to get that extra money to make up for the loss of that second mower. So I'm going to get to looking, and we'll see you whenever we see you here once we get things figured out. So just a bit of an update here. I was able to find another load. It's not exactly what I want or how I want it to be. It's a compact utility tractor with a loader bucket and a tiller on the back. I think it's a Coyote or Coyote, however you say it. It's like a CK2510 HST or something like that. Anyway, that's just over here in Nebraska. It was only about an hour and 15 minutes from where I just dropped off that Ford F-150. So I'm on my way there now to pick this up. I'm going to be there about 4:15 p.m. here. They close at 5, so that gives me enough time to get it loaded up and stuff here. I don't think I have to worry about that. And this will be going to Manitowoc, Wisconsin, which will put me 1,000 miles away from Virginia. So it's still not exactly how I had things planned out. It's not quite what I wanted to do, but it's better than going 1,400 miles for $600. So I gotta bite the bullet a little bit. I don't know if I'll really make money on the lawnmower still, or the brush mower I mean, but we'll see. This one should be a money maker. This one's gonna be paying like 925 bucks on delivery, and it's only going 640 miles, so it's like it's like $1.45 or something like that a mile, I think, when I did the math. I gotta look again here. I don't have a sheet typed up yet. I gotta get one typed up here when I get a minute, but I had to get to the dealer in time here so that I can get this thing loaded. So that's where I'm at with that. We're gonna get this loaded, and then I'm gonna head 3 hours north to go get that brush mower. But the downfall with the brush mower is I can't pick it up until 8 o'clock in the morning because it is also out of business. So they would be closed by the time I would get out there, because they close at like 4:30, and by the time I found this tractor, I didn't have time to get both of them today, no matter what I did. So I don't think it would have worked anyway. I had this tractor in mind for later this week, for when I would get back from Virginia and Illinois. I could have shot back over here to get the tractor, but due to the changing in scheduling here with that one mower being canceled, I went ahead and messaged the guy again, got a hold of him, and he said, yeah, let's just go ahead and do it then, that'll work fine. And he was all fine with the price and stuff, didn't try to argue or nothing, so that's good. I'm glad he was responsive right away. So that really helped. He had responded within like 20 minutes of me commenting on the listing. So that worked out good. So it's, like I said, it's not exactly what I want, but it's better than nothing, and it should work out okay. It'll still be a nice, simple shipment, I think. So anyway, I'm about 13 minutes away from the dealership here, so see you at the dealership. Alrighty, here we are at the dealership. They did say that this was a trade-in, so that would explain why. It's a John Deere dealership with a Coyote or Coyote, once again, however the heck you say it, tractor. So I'm gonna figure out where I need to go in here to get this tractor, and we'll see you when we're ready to load it up. Alrighty, so now the tractor's all loaded up. Everything was good to go, ready to go, so that was nice and easy. I didn't get a chance to video loading it because I just kind of hurried up and got it on there since it's closing time here and they're already working on getting their way out of here. But you can see she's just loaded up there. It's Coyote, I think it's a CK2510 HTS or something like that. Obviously you can see it's got a front loader bucket on it, and the tiller as well. Everything looks to be in good shape, seems to run good and everything, so it drove right up on the trailer, no problem. It's all strapped down, ready to go. I'm probably gonna have to move it tomorrow morning when I go to put the 3-point mower on here to Nebraska, or to West Point, Virginia. But we'll get there when we get there. For now, I'm gonna head over to the Love's Travel Stop for the night. That's just right over here in town. And then from there, I will head up to Darlington tomorrow morning. Hopefully I can be there right by 8 o'clock to get loaded up and get out of there and get headed to Wisconsin with this thing. So once again, we'll see ya on the road. And it's now morning time. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning here at the truck stop. I got my rest for the night, so I'm just about to pull up to the fuel island here so I can get some diesel fuel, and then from there we'll be heading out to Darlington, Nebraska. It's about 3 hours to go still. I was hoping to be there by 8 o'clock, but I had a hard time falling asleep last night. I didn't fall asleep until almost 2 o'clock in the morning, so there was just no way that I was going to be able to wake up at like right around 5. It just wasn't possible. So I ended up sleeping just a little longer, but that's alright. We're not in a hurry today, and I'd rather, you know, get the sleep I need instead of trying to drive tired anyway. So I decided to just take the extra time and sleep in a little bit more. But anyway, we're awake now, so I'm gonna go get some fuel and we'll hit the road again today. I'm just about to the location here to pick up this 3-point brush mower here. It's just ahead of me here. I'll see if I can show that. I don't know where the camera's aiming because I got my screen flipped the wrong way here. But anyway, it looks like it should be right here somewhere at this place. So I'm going to go into the office here and see who I need to talk to about getting this thing loaded up and stuff. So. Alright, here we are. Got this all strapped down, or chained down. Binders nice and tight. Got the tractor moved back so we could get that in front of it. Tractor's down good. Everything's nice and tight. I was going to video loading that up, but my darn camera tipped over because it's so windy out here. If you can hear me over the wind, I don't know how this will be. Anyway, when the wind tipped my camera over, it one second here. So yeah, when the wind tipped my camera over, it wrecked part of the lens up on the corner here. Oh, not the lens, but the casing that goes around the lens, I should say. So I'm gonna see if I can take that apart and kind of straighten that part back out. Luckily it didn't damage the lens, thankfully. The camera tipped over before I could get to it. I seen it just starting to go and I just couldn't get over to it in time. I didn't realize it was going to get windy enough to apparently tip this thing over, so I might try to find a better tripod that won't tip over so easy. So that's kind of unfortunate. Darn thing, you know, when I did the trailer repairs, I wrecked the lens a little bit because some of the sparks got in there and that kind of sucked. So I fixed that and now it tips over in the wind. Can't seem to win here, so what do you do, I guess, but that's alright. I'll see if I can fix that somehow. I don't think it'll be too bad. It's only the casing, so the problem is right now when I shut the camera off, I guess I don't know what you call it, but the piece that closes like that to cover the lens and protect it when the camera's off won't close because of the dent. So I think if I can get that little piece off, straighten it back out enough, everything will be fine again. Paint will be chipped off there, but oh well, I guess the paint's not a huge deal. It's unfortunate, but what do you do, I suppose, right? So anyway, I'm going to call up the guy with the brush mower, let him know I got this thing loaded up and that it's ready to go. It's not in very good shape at all. It needs a lot of work. There's a busted U-joint and PTO shaft on it, and blades are junk, some bolts are missing for the blades, and you can't find the blades anymore, and I think when you can, they're like 150 bucks a piece, the guy said. So at least the seller said that anyway. So I don't know what the buyer plans to do with this thing at all, because it's not very useful by the looks of it, but my job is just to deliver it, and I don't know if it's a good choice or not, because if he sees this thing and decides he doesn't like it and doesn't want to pay for it, I'm stuck with a brush mower, so that'll turn into a problem. So we'll see what the heck happens there. But anyway, that's all I got for now. I'm gonna hit the road again and see how far we can get today. Okay, this is really sketchy here. I'm just going up a really steep hill. My four-wheel drive decides it doesn't want to work right now, so I'm stuck in two-wheel drive. GPS brought me some goofy way. I'm on somewhat of a back road, highway, I don't know. I'm just barely inching up this hill right now. I'm trying to keep it moving. I'm glad this truck is four-wheel, or not four-wheel drive, but the model that has the locking rear axle. If I didn't have the locking rear axle right now, I would be completely screwed. But I'm starting to lose momentum up this hill here. And I'm worried about if I have to back down this hill or if I'm going to start sliding backwards. My tires are spinning about 10 miles an hour. Locker's working. I'm just trying to keep the throttle steady, keep the tires steady. I'm just trying to creep up this hill the best I can right now because I do not want to stop. I'm moving. I'm trying to keep it that way. This hasn't been a very good trip so far this week. My camera's not dead right now and I haven't had a way to charge it. I don't have a way to edit the videos on the road right now, so none of this will even be uploaded until I get home. But I thought I'd try to catch this part of trying to go up this hill, and I was just on another back road that I don't know why the GPS brought me that way, and I didn't know that road was going to be like that. And that was a white knuckle grip road, even at 10 miles an hour, going downhill around the curves, barely getting traction. Just like right now, I'm worried about if I have to try to back down this whole hill and try to start over. I don't know why it's so slippery. There's like hardly any snow. This is where I really wish I had better tires, but I haven't had a chance to get better tires yet. I'm just trying to inch it though as the best I can here. Light on the throttle. Low gear. No, not that it's shifting anyway, but the reason I'm trying to keep the tires spinning slow is so that my locker stays engaged, because this truck has a mechanical locking rear axle, and I think it's at like 20 miles an hour is when it doesn't lock anymore and it goes back to like an open differential or whatever. I don't know what you call it, but okay, we're starting to move a little better here now. I already had one car go flying past me up the hill. Okay, now we're getting a little more traction. Got another car coming up behind me. Ooh, easy. Okay, I'm gonna let this car get around me here. Alright, well, I made it up the hill. That was a big part for me. Go around me, buddy? Hurry up, go around me. Alright, that's gonna be it for this part of the video. I'm gonna go back to trying to focus on what I'm doing here. See how much farther I can get before I get back on a nice road. This is not good with not good tires, and my four-wheel drive not working right either. So just another quick little update here. Once again, I'm using my iPhone. Camera still isn't charged because it was just probably an hour ago that I just did that other part of the video going up that hill. Anyway, I did make it into Illinois here now. I picked up a four-wheeler in Darlington, Wisconsin at a nice small engine shop there. Looked like a very nice shop. I believe it was the owner I spoke with, really nice guy. I would definitely go there if I think I ever want to buy something. He had a lot of stuff in stock, from mowers to ATVs and stuff. So when I go to buy an ATV again, I might have to look into what he's got there. Anyway, so what happened was, after those Ford F-150s were delivered to Iowa, I was supposed to have 2 3-point brush mowers going to Virginia, and then from Virginia, a Ford Bronco to Illinois. Well, the guy canceled on one of those 3-point mowers because the one fell apart, I guess, when they picked it up. So I only had one to deliver. Well, the problem was he didn't want to pay enough to deliver just one, so I had to find another load. So I was able to find that Coyote tractor. I don't think I even got any video of it. I can't recall offhand. I might have got just a little bit of that one, and I picked that up in somewhere in Nebraska as well, and then delivered that to Manitowoc, Wisconsin, or however you say it, Manitowoc, Manitowoc, I don't know. Everybody always seems to have a different way to say it, but anyway. So I got that delivered safe and sound, customer was happy, and I just picked up an ATV at that small engine shop that will be going to Georgia, so I'm going to try to fill that up a little more by doing that. So what I'm going to do is get to Virginia, pick up the Bronco, try to get the brush mower dropped off, and then have just the Bronco and the ATV, go to Georgia, get the ATV dropped off, then go to Illinois, get the Bronco dropped off. Hopefully that'll put some money back in my pocket. I got some video of it, I think. It's hard to say because the screen on my camera wasn't working. I got to get it fixed. That's what I get for trying to fix a dent on it. Anyway, assuming I got that, you'll see I did part of the repairs on my trailer with all new springs. I ran out of battery for all of that, so that's why I didn't catch all of it. I only got whatever I got. Now I'm on my phone. So anyway, I'm going to focus on driving here. I'm going to try to get as far as I can here before I run out of time. And then I'll stop for the night, start again in the morning, and get as far as I can so I can get this Bronco picked up, because the customer's getting kind of impatient here. I explained to him I did have that breakdown and I had to fix the trailer. That took some time, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, roads aren't in the best of shape here. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but anyway, I'm going to focus on driving, and we'll give you some more updates along the way where I get them. All right, well, I'm frustrated now. So we got that problem. That's workable, not a big deal. Sucks because it's cold and it's snowing, but it's workable. Then I look back here and I see my tires kind of leaning crooked. And I thought maybe the lug nuts or something weird came off for a minute. And I look a little closer and she's totally busted. Right in the middle. It's at least a clean break. So maybe someone can fix it. I don't know. I gotta get creative, see what I can do to get this thing strapped up or something. I don't really know what I can do here about that. It wasn't like that for very long. It must have done it right as I pulled off here somewhere. Because the tires aren't wore really bad or anything. Funny part is there's not even any weight over it really. I mean, that ATV is not even 600 pounds, I don't think. And then the rest of the weight's all on the front of the trailer. So I gotta figure out what I gotta do now. Flat tire, busted axle, not fun. And I'm in the middle of nowhere in Illinois, even better. So just a bit of an update here. Hopefully you can hear me over my blower motor. I'll just turn that off. Okay. Alright, so I made it to the love station here. It was 13 miles. Took me like an hour and a half to get here. I was barely going 10 miles an hour. Just limping the trailer the best I could. Stopping, checking every probably 10 minutes or so to see how everything was doing. It did okay. The axles or the back axle is pretty bent in now since it's obviously broken. The tires are tilting in quite a bit now, more than they were when I was on the ramp, which I figured they did pretty good right up until about a mile from here is when they started tilting in pretty good. But it was good enough. I was able to get here. They said they will talk to their guy in the morning who does welding to see if he can fix it for me. If not, I'm gonna have to cut it off and see if I can find a welding shop or someone nearby that can fix it for me and sleeve it or something, or find another axle altogether. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning now. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. This was frustrating between the flat tire on the truck and the broken axle on the trailer and the slow drive to get here. So I'm gonna catch some shut-eye here because they're gonna call me at 8 o'clock in the morning when their welder gets in, so we can get this all sorted out. So that's where we're at for now, and we'll see you in the morning, I guess. Alrighty, so we're at the Love's truck stop here. Can't see my trailer very well, but well, I can't see it because my screen's not working, but anyway, if you can see that, I'm just kind of guessing where the camera's aiming here. We're busted by the axle. It busted on me last night. I got some video on my iPhone. I'll see if I can throw in here. I got my spare tire on the truck because I got a flat tire at the same time that this busted. Sheer coincidence. It's not really related as far as I know, but anyway, what do you do? So I called a couple local shops. Sounds like there's one that can maybe do it for me. It's going to be about $300 to $400 to have them fix it. I don't have much choice, I guess, so I'm going to see if I can get that thing off there, bring the axle to the shop, leave the trailer here. I've already okayed it with the manager. They said that's fine. I can leave the trailer here while I get that taken care of, and I'm going to get moving on that so I can get it to the shop and see if they can fix it for me. So we're back at the trailer here. It's now Monday. It's afternoon. It's taken a lot longer than I wanted to get this stuff done, but I was calling around all over the place to find someone that would repair the axle, much less get it done today and for a good price. Good news was, found a great local shop, $100 cash. They took care of it, had it done in a couple hours for me, so I just had a breakfast at a local cafe while I waited for them to do their thing. But anyway, let's check out their repair. I might have to blur this out. This could be a little pornographic here. I'm just kind of guesstimating because like I said, my screen's not working. But you can see all they did was they sleeved it and welded it together. I would say they did a fantastic job on these welds. I don't know how well you can see it because once again, I'm just kind of guesstimating where my camera's even aiming here. So hopefully it's picking that up. But yeah, they did an excellent job, I would say. And I talked to a regular at the cafe while I was eating breakfast there, and he said, yeah, they're a good shop to go to, and that they'd take care of it and get it like new again. So I can definitely appreciate that. But anyway, I'm gonna get my snowsuit back on here, get this thing out of the truck. It's gonna be a little awkward because these things are actually pretty heavy, and then try to get her bolted back up to the trailer. So let's get to work. Alright, there we are. Everything is now officially done. All new shackles, all new bolts, all brand new leaf springs, both new equalizers, and repaired axles ready to go. Hopefully I'm aiming in the right way because I still can't see. But anyway, everything looks good now. The reason the U-bolts back there mismatch these U-bolts is because I don't want to use my good U-bolts until I get the 4-leaf on that later this week. So when I put the 4-leaf on, I'll put the new plate and the new U-bolt out of the U-bolt kit, and then everything will match. So other than that, that is a new leaf spring. It's just a 3000 instead of a 4500, but everything else is all good to go now, hopefully. So wheels are all torqued back down. I rechecked the torque on these ones again just to make sure they're still good from the other day. So I'm going to clean up my mess, get hooked up, and get the heck out of here and get moving. 312,000 miles on this truck, and it's still got lots of torque. 48 miles an hour, and we're not even running 1500 RPM up, probably around a 6% grade here. So I would say it's pretty good for a truck that's still got 312,000 miles on it. I don't know offhand here what the factory specs would have been for torque and horsepower, but I wouldn't think that's too bad still if I can pretty much stay in, I think it's 4th gear it's in right now out of 5, and still crawl up this hill without losing speed. If it ever comes to buying another truck one day, I definitely think I'm going to go with another Duramax based off my experience with this truck, because I've put 35,403 miles on this truck since buying it. And the engine hasn't really given me any problems. It could use a fuel pressure regulator, I think, but other than that, this thing has been doing extremely well. Anyway, we're making good progress. We're in West Virginia here now. I've got 291 miles to go where I'm going to pick up the Ford Bronco, and then I got about 2 hours to go from there to where I'm going to drop off this brush mower. And then once the brush mower's dropped off, we're going to head down to Georgia, get this ATV dropped off, and then head up to Illinois and get the Bronco dropped off. So that's where we're at right now, and I'll see you on the road.
Hundreds of kilometers away on the Atlantic Ocean, ships suddenly receive a message in standard Morse code.
And here it is. Obviously it's under the tarp here. There's not a lot of driveway, so I'm glad I don't have like a 40-foot trailer, because that would kind of suck right now. It's going to be interesting to see how I'm going to get out of here, because the road is very narrow and there's no shoulder. There's only like a drainage ditch, I guess you could call it. I don't really know what you'd call it, but anyway, it's not a flat surface on either side of the road, so I can't pull off to the side of the road or anything. So I'm gonna get the wheeler moved, and I'm gonna see what I can do with that. I'm gonna see if I can get the Bronco to sit here and the ATV to sit right on the back. We'll see how things go. But anyway, I'm gonna see if I can get this thing started, make sure everything's here for it that I need, and we'll be back in a minute. That started pretty easy. The battery was a little dead the first time I tried to start it, so obviously that's why we got the jump pack on. And with the jump pack, fired right up. So let's get the jump pack off with that, and then get the trailer rearranged and see what we can do.